If you attend a local Kingdom Hall of the Watchtower Witnesses, each time you go, you will witness something that happens that is in direct conflict with God's Word. I was at a meeting one time at one of the Kingdom Hall Watchtower Witnesses, and they were talking about how they conduct their meetings and the various benefits that come from how they do it. And in all the paragraphs that they went through, all the study that they went through it, they didn't consider these verses that I mentioned to them, I had an opportunity to mention to them. They called on me by mistake, and I was able to comment. They had even a question from readers about these verses. And I had debates about these verses, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't answer the questions. They couldn't support and prove what that question from readers was saying about these verses. And what is that? 1 Corinthians 14:34. The women should be silent in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but should be submissive, as the law also says. 1 Corinthians 14:35. And if they want to learn something, they should ask their own husbands at home, for it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in the church meeting or congregation meeting. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11, a woman should learn in silence and in full submission. 1 Timothy 2:12, and I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be in silence. And so I read these verses, and I didn't give any application to them, just read it. After I read these verses, two of the Watchtower Witness elders, one from the platform just talking, contradicted what these verses said and said they don't apply to them, and one in prayer said basically the same thing. And of course they banned me from going to Kingdom Hall again, just for reading those scriptures. But the scriptures are clear. Here's Paul talking about congregation meetings. He's not talking about before or after the meetings. He's talking about while the meetings are going on. Women are not permitted to speak. It's disgraceful. So every time you go to a Kingdom Hall meeting, you're going to witness this disgrace. But again, the Watchtower, in a question for readers, they tried to pull a fast one. Saying that this will only apply to women who are contentious and such and that. And that verse don't say nothing about that. But you see how they twist the scriptures, the Bible said, make up their own stuff. The reason for this, the Bible is very clear. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 through 15, you read that and it shows the reason why women don't speak during congregation meeting. And so the Christian woman, she's not fighting us. She's trying to be submissive to God's way and remain silent during congregation meetings.